Welcome back. U.S. combat troops have been withdrawn from Iraq. We still have about 50,000 guys and gals over there. And America's focus now is on helping that country develop a strong, centralized government. But what will help bring stability to Afghanistan? The same kind of centralized government? Well, our next guest is joining us from Dallas-Fort Worth. He says we need to go in a totally different direction. Here to explain is Middle East expert and former White House advisor to Iraq, Jeremiah O'Keefe. Jeremiah, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so we see what happened in Iraq. We had the surge. Now we're having a surge in Afghanistan. We look to Iraq. We have a centralized government, as it may be right now. So you would think the conventional wisdom is we should have a centralized government in Afghanistan. But you say that is perhaps the wrong way to go.
Right, it is. And it's recognized on the ground by General Petraeus and our in-country State Department folks. You've got a much more diversified population as far as ethnic groups, tribal groups. The geography is vastly more difficult than that in Iraq. And it's understood by our people in country that it's going to take a little bit of a different approach.
Sure, and you've got all the tribal leaders and the people in local municipalities, such as they may be. They don't trust Karzai. They don't trust the guys in the capital city. So it makes more sense to, if you're going to trust somebody, trust the guy who lives down the road.
Yes, but there's a bit more to it now. President Karzai is reaching out to the Taliban. Mm-hmm. You've got ethnic minority groups who are not too excited about that whole prospect, the ethnic groups up in the north of the country. And so it's a very, very difficult balancing act. And then you've got General Petraeus in country in the State Department who understand that perhaps there's some more negotiations that have to be done to even push Karzai along a little bit. So General Petraeus in the last several weeks here has created what's called representative councils with tribal elders throughout the country. Monies that are being spent for projects are going to be decided by local elders, if you will, tribal officials. And again, this is to spread out some of the economic and the political power throughout the country to maintain a nice balance.
Sure.
Afghanistan has had several hundred years of constant warfare, but it's the Durrani Empire of a few centuries ago, of which this current president is in that bloodline, that brought stability to the country just with this model of a decentralized government.
All right, a little history lesson there, along with some perspective of what is going on in Afghanistan. Jeremiah O'Keefe got up really early this morning down there in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area, and we thank you very much for joining us live. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.